Continuous 20 dumbbell Metcon is up today. For today's workout, you will need a pair of dumbbells. It's going to be a full body workout today. Of course, we're going to be working multiple joints. So we're getting that strength training in, we're getting that cardio and conditioning in today. I'm going to walk you through all 5 of the exercises I have up for today's continuous 20. As always, we do these exercises for 40 seconds of work. You're going at your own pace for those 40 seconds, as many high quality reps as you can. And then for 20 seconds, we have complete rest when we're working with dumbbells. We go through all 5 of the exercises for 5 rounds. All 5 of the exercises for 4 rounds, 4 rounds for an effective and efficient 20-minute workout. So all you need is you, a pair of dumbbells, some space, and the decision to get it done and carve out 20 minutes of your day. That's it. All right, exercises for today. Once we go through the exercises, you can determine what size dumbbells you want to use throughout the exercise. The first one up today is going to be a sumo squat to a lateral lunge transfer. So this lateral lunge transfer is also going to be a good way to warm things up and get into mobility, okay? We're going to start in sumo squat. So my dumbbells are together right between my feet. I have a wide stance with toes pointed out. I'm going to reach down and grab onto the dumbbells, keeping them close. Press up. From here, I'm going to go to the side in a lunge and transfer to the other side and press back up, back to my sumo, up, and then reverse that movement side to side, okay? So without the dumbbells here, I think the hardest part of this one is probably feeling that lateral lunge. So when you go into the lunge, you're taking that knee forward. You're not really sitting back into it like a Cossack squat. You're just doing a transfer. You're just going over to the side of the lunge. So your glute really doesn't need to come below your knee here. And then press to the foot, glide, transfer to the side, back and forth. So maybe right now you just want to get this movement in, just side to side. So we're not bringing our glute below our knee as we would in what they call a Cossack squat, if I have that pronounced correctly. It's just a transfer side to side lunge, okay? Then we're coming up center each time and performing the sumo squat. And you just want to make sure that heels are on the ground and chest is lifted for this, and you're sitting back, okay? So we don't want to do this and turn it into a deadlift. We are actually squatting down, okay? That's your first exercise. You can always just do it without weights at first to get the movement down. Second exercise is a skier squat to an overhead press. And for this one, standing up, feet hip width apart. When I go to squat, I'm going to take the weights forward, and then I'm going to bring them up to my shoulders and press. So a skier squat, up, press. As I go down in the squat, I send the weights back as if I'm skiing like this, but the arms are relatively straight. So you come down, bring them up. With the power of your glutes, you're bringing those weights up to your shoulders and doing an overhead press. So it's this kind of movement with the weights. And when you come up, power of your glutes to bring them up to your shoulders. Good posture and press straight up. So keeping shoulders in line with hips. When you come up, you don't want to overextend. When you come up, lock it in, tuck those hips, squeeze the glutes. Have good posture at the top. All right, third exercise. We are going to stay still and work on our back with a close grip, bent over row. So I'm going to have my feet together for this one. Well, no, actually, feet are apart because we need to put the weights in between, and they're going to be close. The weights are going to be touching, okay? From here, we're just bringing the weights up to our belly button, back down. The elbows draw back behind our body, back down. So important thing here is we're kind of coming down into a squat position, nice strong upper body. So we're not letting the weights bring us forward and do this, okay? Hips are back, chest is slightly lifted, weights come up to our belly button, back down. So back work's all about elbows and ankles, so here we're drawing the elbows back behind our body, bringing the weights to belly button. If standing like that without support is too difficult, if you have a bench, you can lay prone on the bench. You just won't be able to really do close grip, but you can do rows from the bench if you feel pressure in your back. You can also do these single arm as well, holding onto something. Okay, and also these won't be close grip, but at least you'll be getting some back work in. Having something to hold on to could help take some pressure off the back if you're feeling that in this position, right? So you can't get that squat down if you're kind of like, can't get the hips quite back far enough. You can also go over to a wall and work this and try to tap back to the wall and maybe lean against the wall with your glutes a little bit, press into the wall. That can help to stabilize you also. I don't know if you can see me at the wall. I don't think you can with the angle, but if there's a wall here and I'm pressing against it, pressing into it, that's going to provide some stability for that exercise as well. Fourth exercise, deficit push-up to a bicep curl. I'm going to use lighter weights. I use lighter weights when I'm doing bicep curls so I don't aggravate my elbows. I'm going to have the weights set up in push-up position. I'm going to drop down below the weights to get a really full range of motion in that push-up. I'm going to press up, pop up, and a bicep curl. So when I do the curl, I got my elbows in my knees. So it's a nice concentrated bicep curl. Okay, and then from there, pop back and perform the movement again. You can do this from your knees, from here, then you come up into plank, walk into it, bicep curl, okay? Sit those hips back. Don't allow yourself to roll forward, because that weight's gonna be in front. So ensure you got the heels on the ground, you're sitting back, chest is lifted. Our final exercise, ab work. I'm gonna take one weight, I'm gonna place it upright in the center of the room. I'm gonna come down to seated on my glutes, a light touch on the ground with my fingertips. One side of the dumbbell, I'm gonna have straight legs. I'm going to lift it up and over, crunch it in, lift it up and over, crunch it in. So we're doing rainbow to side, knee in, crunches. So for this one, you don't want to rely on these hands back here. You don't want to turn into a tricep exercise. You want to try to balance and really work from your core, from your abs. Fingertips are just here for stability. Up and over. If that's too hard, you're going to be just doing one, and you can put your feet on the ground, and then do the knee in. This is going to get tiring. Promise me, it's meant to be challenging. And those are our 5 exercises for today. A lot in all those exercises. So I will be coaching you as always, giving you tips, helping you to stay moving in this continuous 20 today. All right, hopefully that was enough time to let you decide what size dumbbell you're going to use. Just to give you an idea, I have 25s for my sumo deadlifts, for my skier squat overhead presses, which I'll probably go down on, and for those overhead, for those bent over rows. And then for the bicep curls, I have 10 or 15s, and I might move to those for the overhead presses. All right, our first exercise is the sumo squat with a lateral lunge transfer. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And this continuous 20 dumbbell Metcon is going to begin in under 10 seconds. So sumo squat, lateral transfer. Weights in the center, feet are wide, toes pointed out. Sumo squat, pick up the weights, lift, transfer to the side, lateral lunge, transfer to the side, and up, back to a sumo, and up, and then reverse the motion to the other side. So your glute is only going to knee height. We're not going below the knee on this lateral lunge. We're just transferring side to side, just pressing our weight, gliding, press through that foot over to the side, and back up to standing. Squeeze your glutes when you come up and over. Always performing that sumo squat in the center. And rest. 40 seconds to work. When we're working with weights, 20 seconds of complete rest. Next exercise is our skier squat, boom, to overhead press. So you use the power in your glutes to get those weights up to your shoulders, all right? Here we go. Skier up to shoulders and press with good posture. So you don't want to over extend your back. When you come up, tuck the hips, squeeze the glutes. It's like you're swinging the weights on the outsides of your legs. Hips go back. Power through the glutes to get those weights up to your shoulders. Nice controlled press and control the weights on the way down. Little indirect bicep work. Also, you got 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. 20 seconds rest. Third exercise, we're hitting back with our close grip bent over row. Like I said, if not having a support is difficult, put your butt up against the wall. Lean into it with your butt, or you can do them single arm. Okay, we're standing wide, weights together, boom. Bring it up to our belly button. Squeeze those weights together, draw, elbows back, weights come up to your belly button. So we're not pinching up like this. Don't shrug your shoulders. Work from your back. Feet are firmly planted into the ground, nice wide stance. Woo! I'm challenging myself today with a little heavier weight. Going through these exercises less than 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! I'm getting through these four rounds today. I'm gonna challenge myself. Okay, deficit push-up, bicep curl, dropping down. Because the bicep curls, I don't really use a lot of weight on my elbow. Perform the deficit push-up first. Okay, for deficit push, you want to make sure you are getting below your weight. And then come up, elbows into the knees, concentrated curl. So you can always walk into it or do the push-up from your knees, but try to get a really full range of motion. Just I was looking at you there when I did the push-up. Ensure that you are not looking up, you're looking down at the ground. And curl. When you curl, you're in that low squat. So you want those hips on, or the hips, heels on the ground. You don't want to be leaning forward too much on your toes. All right? Woo! So we only get a few reps in the 40 seconds. That's okay. All right, that is fine. Minimal rest time. We are going to be feeling it. All right. So, rainbow side to side. Press the dumbbell, head down, and we're up and over, knee and in. Up and over, knee and in. So your modification will just be to lift and lift. You can place that foot on the ground and crunch and lift, lift. So working from those abs to lift the legs up and over. Woo! You can do single knee-ins too. If you start to get tired, you can put a foot on the ground and do single knee-ins. You might want to do that as we get through the workout. You got 5 more seconds here. 3, 2, 1 more angle. 1. Woo, that's one whole round. Okay, 3 more of those. That's it. Challenging workout today, I know. It's good for you. All right, sumos. Back to the top. Wide stance, weights together between our feet. We're transferring the weight side to side. Starting here, press up, boom. Side to side and up. So that glute's just going to knee level. It's kind of like just a mobility work here, just side to side. Maybe just work on this if you're not feeling it. Come up to standing, press up. That triangle shape, squeeze those glutes. And reverse the motion. Heels stay on the ground. Your entire foot is on the ground. We're not rounding. The back arms are along for the ride. Whoops, don't forget that squat in the center. I left the squat out there in the center. We'll hit that next time. Get that sumo squat in. Whew, okay, skiers. Whew, that heart rate is up there. Skiers are next with our overhead press. Same staying with feet narrow. Take it back and up and press. So you're using the power of your glutes to bring those weights up to the tops of your shoulders. You don't want to round your back either. You don't want to be doing this, okay? So the hips, it's a hinge movement, hinge back. 10 more seconds to get this exercise down. 2 more chances today to get it right. Woo! All right, what do I got next? Oh, the bent over rows. These are challenging me today. You can feel that heart rate's up there, 160, working with weights, okay? All right, bent over row. We are standing feet wide, okay? Feet are wide, weights are together. Draw the elbows back. Bring the weights to the belly button. Squeeze the weights together. Draw the elbows back behind you. You should feel like you're gliding right over the crease of that hip. Working for those back muscles so you're not pinching up like this. Nice and lifted, chest is open. 10 more seconds. Ooh. Feel it today. And in this isolated squat after doing the sumos and the skiers, I feel it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Deficit, push up to our bicep curl. It's our next exercise. Go this way. Okay. Take it all the way down, up, come in, elbows in those knees, and curl. So a lot of wide stance today, good for hip mobility. If you have problems sitting low like this, maybe we just do single arm. You can come up and do a single arm. You can sit up a little higher there. Or if you want to, you can walk up to standing. That's very functional also, but get low and try to stay low, working on that hip mobility there, okay? Along with bicep curls, triceps, chest, front shoulders. Oh, okay, we're at our final exercise already, which means we are already almost halfway done with today's workout. All right, up and over, knee and in, up and over, bouncing on those glutes. Working to lift from here. Woo, yes, it's gonna burn. We are just now halfway with this one, so if you need to put feet on the ground, do that, but don't rely on those arms behind you. They're just there for slight balance, okay? Light touch. Breathe. You got 5 more seconds. Breathe deep. Exhale. We're working abs. We don't want to hold our breath. All right. Sumo squat, lateral transfer. Let's remember that sumo squat in there. So concentrated on the lateral transfer movement. I was leaving out the squat. Breathe. All right, stand up. Wide. Pick them up. Squeeze. Over. Transfer. Press up. Down. Up. Repeat to the other side. Those arms are just along for the ride. Don't let the weights bring your shoulders forward. Squeeze an orange or a tennis ball in those armpits. Feel that nice, strong, stable upper body. So you're not putting pressure on that low back. Side to side. Move your hips side to side. Woo! That one feels good. You get it down, you're like, okay, I like that one. Okay. Woo! Skier squats to the press. Stand in Both feet a little closer this time. And take those weights back. Bring them up to your shoulders. Nice strong press, nice and proud. Back, up. So lots of power right here. We're not round in the back. Send those hips back, hinge, squeeze, lock it in. So none of this, no. Lock those hips in, tuck the hips, squeeze the glutes. 10 more seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! All right. Toughest one for me is this next one, bent over rows, because I'm using a weight that challenges me to the final rep. Okay. Here we go. Stand wide. Sit back and up. So like I said, you can sit with your glutes up against a wall, okay, to give a little bit more stability there. You want to do that. If you feel like you have bad form, you're kind of rounding, then do single arm or lay down on a bench and just do rows, just regular rows. Here's a close grip, so we're going to try to remember to press them together. That makes it a lot harder. Less than 10 seconds, thankfully. Keep drawing those elbows back. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! When you squeeze those weights together, it makes it so much harder. All right. Deficit push-up. Breathe. Heart rate is up there. For lifting weights, heart rate's pretty high. Okay. Deficit. Try to get lower than those weights. Get a really good range of motion. Pop it up, elbows and knees, and curl. Back down. Ensure your wrists are in line with your forearms when you curl, that they're not bent back. Okay? Nice strong wrist. Nice concentrated curl. Lower down. And done. I knew the bell was about ready to ring. All right. Final exercise in the round. Place that weight. Head down. We're going to bring these legs up and over rainbow style. Working from lower abs here. Here we go. Lift. Crunch it in. The higher you can lift, you get in that pike, that V, the better. Your single leg, lift it up, bring it in. Almost halfway. We are halfway now. 20 more seconds to go. You can do it, come on. Don't lean into those arms too much. Slight touch on the ground, 10 seconds. Keep breathing. Nice, strong exhales. And rest. All right. Good news is we have one more round, but this round's going to be tough because we are fatigued, but we're going to do it. Sumos. You get to work those inner thighs with sumos. Well, you asked me, how can I work my inner thighs? Well, here you go. Lift up, over, transfer, press up, down, press that floor away from you. Repeat the other direction. So pretend you're on a leg press. Pressing that floor away. Pressing that platform away from you. Weights are close together. Arms are long for the ride. Squeeze those glutes at the top. Squeeze those glutes at the top. Work those adductors up, down. Weights almost touching the ground. Almost. Now they're touching the ground. And we don't want to do that exercise again. All right, 4 more exercises to go. Skiers overhead press. Use this 20 seconds to really try to breathe. All right? All right, feet are close together. We're gonna ski, weights up. You take the power in your glutes to get those weights up to your shoulders. Semi-straight arm here to that curl, to that press. Hold on tight to those weights as you swing, as you ski. Most important thing is when you come to standing, tuck those hips, lock in that posture. You got 3, 2, 1. All right, 20 seconds. Heart rate down before we get into this row, close grip row. Working back. All right, stand wide. Weights are close together. Draw those elbows back. Should feel like your forearm is just brushing on top of your thigh. And the elbows go right past that crease of your thigh behind your body. Weights come up to your belly button. Feet are on the ground. You're in that isolated squat after doing sumos and skier squats. Feeling that burn. Woo! Work from the back. Mind-muscle connection here. Pull those weights from your back, not from biceps. You got less than 10. Come on. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Set those down. Go ahead and come to the ground. Set up for push-ups. Woo! It's a tough workout when I am not talking a lot, right? Woo! Okay, here we go. Drop it down all the way. You can do this from your knees. Come up, jump up. Nice curl. When you curl, it's nice and concentrated. So, lifting with control, but don't forget lowering with control. And don't let those wrists go back, especially on that downward. We don't want to twist. Keep them in line with the forearms. Less than 10 seconds to get some really good quality reps in before you don't see this exercise again. All right, we have made it to the final exercise for today. Rainbows to the knee and crunches. The sweat is in my eyes. I feel like I ran a marathon. All right, here we go. Up and over. Knees in. Up and over. Try to get in that V position. All right, work those lower abs. Work those deep abs. We're getting hip flexors in here as well. This one's tough, especially the final exercise. Feeling that burn, but you got less than 20 seconds. You're over halfway with this exercise and you'll be done. Final 10s. Coming up right here. Let's count it down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more rainbow. Let's make it up to standing. Carefully make your way up to standing. Use that dumbbell to help you. Hands over your head. Breathe. Get that heart rate down. If you're tracking your heart rate, notice how quickly we are done. Notice how quickly that heart rate is coming down the more you do these workouts. Okay, that is a really good sign of good health. Okay, good cardiovascular health. All right, mine's coming down from 160. I'm at about 135 now. Within about 30 seconds there, so working on that. All right. This was a tough workout, right? It's like you're packing in, so much into 20 minutes is what makes it so effective and efficient. We're working on cardio. We're working on strength. We're working on mobility, working multi-joints. Now, yes, these workouts are not as strength specific as if you were in the gym and really focusing on progressive overload. We're not focusing on progressive overload in these workouts, but you are getting some strength in, all right? And you are holding on to lean muscle and burning body fat at the same time, which is a goal of most of us, all right? Hope you enjoyed this one, and I will see you for the next continuous 20.